Grandmother and neighbor is found murdered in her first-story apartment. I'm Patricia Lopez in Claremont Village. What police are saying about this murder mystery.
An accident on the Northern State Parkway in Nassau County. I'm Jill Nicolini, and I'll tell you exactly where that is coming right up.
I'm Linda Church. We got a lot of sunshine for you this afternoon, but temperatures today stay on the chilly side. Details coming up in your 5-day forecast.
I'm Emily Francis. A side of Tom Green you may not want to see. Why he wants to show his own surgery live on his talk show. And as a former friend lost his mind, which sitcom star wants to represent himself in court? It's all coming up in entertainment news.
Plus, mute your commute. Zip it on this Wednesday, September 20th.
Live from New York City, you're watching the CW11 Morning News.
Live picture of the Chrysler Building all lit up this morning. 61 degrees right now. Good Wednesday morning to you folks.
That's right. We're going to take a look at your Wednesday morning commute.
Jill Nicolini in PIX Plaza with the latest. Good morning, Jill.
Good morning, everyone. Of course, you expect lots of delays here in Manhattan. Gridlock on the east side. President's still in town at the UN. But now I'll tell you what's happening in Long Island. If you're traveling on the westbound side of the Northern State Parkway, right at the LIE connector, exit 29A, we do have an accident and some slowdowns as you approach the scene. Over to the Belt Parkway, eastbound side, being told there's an accident blocking one lane at Pennsylvania Avenue. Here's a live picture right past JFK Airport where traffic on the right-hand side of your screen is westbound and everything looks good to me there. Alternate signs are in effect today citywide, and I'll be checking with your transit trains in just a few minutes. Please stay tuned. Linda Church, good Wednesday morning to you.
Good Wednesday morning right back at you. We have a beautiful day ahead for you weather-wise. If you can sneak out and enjoy it, do so. You can't beat it. Got a lot of sunshine, but the bonus is not too hot out there. 9 o'clock this morning, we're looking at 67 degrees. Noontime temperature, 71 in the city. We top out at around 73 degrees, so it's absolutely gorgeous. The humidity is low. The sun is out. 6 p.m., your commute home, you've got temperatures in the upper 60s. No need for air conditioning or anything. Beautiful day ahead weather-wise. Enjoy. Details on the 5 days in a second. Craig and Tiffany.
Linda, thank you. First in the news, cops are scrambling to solve a murder mystery in the Bronx. A beloved 52-year-old grandmother is found stabbed to death in her apartment. Patricia Lopez is live in Claremont Village with the very latest on the investigation. Patricia, good morning.
Good morning, Tiffany. Police have made no arrests in this case, but the people who live at this apartment complex right behind me clearly heartbroken. You can see they have made this makeshift memorial to honor that grandmother they say didn't deserve to be murdered. A makeshift memorial is dedicated to 52-year-old Paula Nieves. The ribbon reads, "To the angel who left her wings behind." The death comes as a shock to everyone who knew the woman, who they described as a wonderful mother and neighbor. Around 1:33 yesterday afternoon, police found Nieves dead in her apartment at 1411 Fulton Avenue. Investigators say someone brutally stabbed her several times to her stomach.
Everybody's shocked. She's an older lady. She's like 50-something, like. Cause to be killed, yeah. Anybody would be shocked. It's not like she's young out on the street. She's in the house all day.
Police spent several hours at the building looking for clues as to why anyone would want to kill Nieves. Now candles and flowers mark the home where she lived, leaving neighbors and families puzzled by this murder mystery. A neighbor tells us that the grandmother lived here on her own, but she was confined to her apartment because she suffered from a medical condition. Again, police tell us this investigation continues. This morning we are live in the Claremont Village section of the Bronx. I'm Patricia Lopez for the CW11 Morning News. Craig, back to you.
All right, Patricia, thank you. A Long Island man is busted for turning his home into an animal house. You won't believe what cops had to wrangle. An angry Nile crocodile from Egypt, a 7-foot Burmese python, iguanas, emus, boxes of endangered turtles, a giant tortoise, and 8 alligators. Steve Winkelsbaum now faces a laundry list of charges from possessing endangered animals without a license to 13 counts of animal cruelty. An anonymous caller tipped off police.
Supposedly he had an import-export business. That's all we knew.
He started reinforcing that fence. I heard it shaking and kicking, and I heard weird noises back there.
The SPCA is now investigating how the man got the animals and if he was selling them. For each charge of animal cruelty, he could face up to a year in prison and a $1,000 fine.
A shocking revelation in a deadly drunk driving case on Long Island. A state police officer investigator has testified that Martin Heidgen said that he was in a, quote, self-destruct mode when he drove the wrong way on the Meadowbrook Parkway last summer. He slammed into a limo, killing 7-year-old flower girl Kate Flynn and driver Stanley Rabinowitz. This damaging testimony could lead to a murder conviction. It supports prosecutors' claims Heidgen didn't care who he killed.
Ranting and blaming the U.S. for all the world's problems, Iran's president spews hate in the United Nations just hours after President Bush spoke from the same podium. Sabrina Fang's live at the White House with reaction to the defiant speech. Sabrina?
Well, good morning, Craig. As you mentioned, they spoke from the same podium, but they had very different things to say. President Bush singled out Iran's leader for ignoring demands to stop enriching uranium, but the president took a softer approach with the Iranian people.
Hours apart, two presidents offered clashing views about Iran's nuclear standoff. In his annual address to the United Nations, President Bush didn't mince words.
Iran must abandon its nuclear weapons ambitions.
But Iranian President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad wasn't in the audience for Bush's remarks. In fact, the two never crossed paths. Instead, when it was his turn, Ahmadinejad accused Washington of abusing its powers in the Security Council and insisted his country's nuclear ambitions were peaceful.
All our nuclear activities are transparent, peaceful, and under the watchful eyes of the IAEA inspectors.
President Bush says you can't trust Tehran, but the ongoing war in Iraq has Bush facing his own credibility problem.
Well, one of the dangers for President Bush is that he has not really established an international audience.
4 years after invading Iraq without the UN, Bush highlighted his desire for a diplomatic solution to the crisis with Iran, and he took his message straight to the Iranian people.
We look to the day when you can live in freedom, and America and Iran can be good friends and close partners in the cause of peace.
And today, President Bush meets with the Palestinian president, wrapping up 3 days of meetings at the United Nations. Live at the White House, Sabrina Fang for the CW11 Morning News. Craig, back to you.
I'll take that, Sabrina. Thank you. Well, the feds side with the woman accusing Knicks president Isaiah Thomas of sexual harassment. The Equal Employment Opportunity Commission has ruled that Anucha Brown Sanders faced severe verbal harassment while working for the Knicks. A New York-based director of the government agency also says the Garden did nothing to correct the situation. The Garden maintains the claims are false and financially motivated. Meanwhile, a high-priced Manhattan strip club says a customer stiffed it on a $77,000 tab. The Penthouse Executive Club is suing film producer Mark Tuminaro for food, beverages, entertainment, and services provided earlier this year. The upscale West Side Club isn't cheap. Private rooms can cost over $1 grand and champagne over $3,000.
Entertainment and services.
Services, whatever that is.
All righty then. Loud conversations, litter, and feet on the seats. These are just some of the rude behaviors noted in a new survey of LIRR riders. The Commuter Council says it found unfriendly conduct in about half of the more than 300 rides taken during the study. The worst, a drunken traveler getting off during one stop to throw up, then heading back to his seat. The MTA says it has put up posters urging riders to be more courteous.
That's foul.
Yeah. I don't even know what to say to that.
I have nothing to say. Let's just go to traffic.
That and the
I have something to say about that.
gross me out.
See, the LIRR, my luck, every time I take the train, which has been a while, I sit down next to someone who likes to open up like a tuna fish sandwich, egg sandwich, something that smells really bad, and I can't sit there. So I choose to drive into work every day. Good morning, everyone. I like the LIRR, though, on the weekends. Taking a look what's happening on the roadways. Here, well, we'll start with gridlock. Folks, of course, President's still in town. United Nations is in session, and it looks like the east side is still going to be a nightmare today. 42nd Street will be closed here from the FDR into 2nd Avenue. Also, 42nd Street, the entrance and exit ramp to the FDR will be closed. And a live picture of the FDR Drive now in the 40s. Everything seems to be running smoothly, but that will all change, and that's guaranteed. That's been changing the past few days. A little bit later this morning, you'll notice heavy delays here. And once again, check in with Patricia Del Rio. She'll be letting you know some more road closures in just a few minutes. Mass transit, though, is looking good. That is your best bet this morning. LIRR, New Jersey Transit, and Metro North Everything is running on time. You can see all the green lights. You have the go-ahead there. And alternate signs are in effect today citywide. I, of course, will have more on your commute in just a few minutes. I'll be checking into Brooklyn and Queens. Back to the studio, Linda Church. Linda, you're a subway rider.
I certainly am. I'm always happy when everybody's sleeping on my subway. I don't know if I'd have let that guy back on the subway. Once you're sick, the door's closed, you're on the outside. I don't know about that one. 61 degrees, that would really gross me out. 61 now, later on this afternoon. Little chilly today. Nice little chill in the air, autumn chill. Fall doesn't arrive until September 23rd this year. A little late. The autumnal equinox, something to look forward to. I don't know why. 72% the relative humidity. Because the leaves turn and it's a nice season. North wind 8 miles per hour. That's some good news. That'll keep our temperatures from getting too warm later on this afternoon. We are in the low 60s in the city, midtown, downtown temperature. On into Brooklyn, 62 to 63 degrees, and then the borough of Queens this morning, 61, 62. It's in the suburbs that it's just a little chilly. We've got some 50s for you, 51 Morristown. East of the city, though, with the water temperature still mild, the air temperature is mild as well. Those are our showers from yesterday. Not much happening with that. That's out to sea. High pressure is building in today. What happens with that is we have a clockwise flow of air, so for us, we will see northerly breezes, which will bring drier air in here, and also some cooler Canadian air, keeping our temperatures from really warming up too much this afternoon. And with this high pressure system, just an abundance of sunshine. Absolutely gorgeous this afternoon. Here's a look ahead for you at the rest of the day. We try to get some moisture in here, but with this large high pressure system, it's going to keep all of that moisture at bay. This is Wednesday. Now we're on into Thursday. Nothing going on. Still mostly sunny skies, and we're going to keep the great weather all the way into the beginning of the weekend. It's not until the end of the weekend that we could see some clouds and maybe some showers from that. Afternoon high temperatures today into the low 70s, but look at the cool air just off to the west. By tomorrow, just the upper 60s. So a little chilly out there. 73 degrees, a little sunshine, little breeze, little cool air. Beautiful day ahead. Thursday, 70 for a high. Upper 60s north and west. Friday 71, and then the warm-up is on because fall's beginning. 77 degrees on Saturday, and on Sunday some showers. 80 though. On the weekend we are kicking out some nice weather. I like that.
Looking good.
Excellent. All right, entertainment news.
Let's check in with Emily.
Thanks, guys. All right, happiness before heartbreak. Newly published photos show Anna Nicole Smith's son meeting his newborn sister just hours before his death. Take a look at the pictures that are in the new issue of In Touch Weekly. They show the family celebrating the birth of Anna's little girl. 20-year-old Daniel would be gone the next morning. Authorities call his death suspicious but have ruled out foul play. A court investigation is set for October 23rd. And it just goes to show you it's not easy being green. Off-the-wall entertainer Tom Green plans to film an operation on his broken leg for his online talk show, Tom Green Live. In 2001, he allowed crews to film him during his battle with cancer. This time, his case isn't so serious. He got hurt skateboarding. He says that he is kicking himself over the injury, promising he'll try to be more careful from here on out. Now, watching the CW11 could win you a Disney dream vacation in California, Tokyo, or the Bahamas. It's all thanks to our friends at According to Jim. Here's what you need to do. Tune in to the show, According to Jim, every night this week at 6:30 here on the CW11. One of our anchors' faces will pop up with a phone number to call. The 11th caller will win a prize pack and a chance to win a grand prize, which is a 5-day, 4-night stay at a luxury Disney resort. According to Jim star, Jim Belushi remembers how he got a little goofy at a Disney parade.
All the theater I've done at the Goodman Theater in New York and off Broadway and singing and dancing. And here I am being photographed with Goofy in a parade. I thought it was a real highlight in my career.
All right, and he'll be stopping by the CW11 Morning News next Monday, September 25th, to announce the big winner. And coming up later this hour, it looks like they may not even stay friends. Actor Matt LeBlanc goes to divorce court, and you won't believe who's representing him. The Inside Scoop.
All right, Em, thank you.
All right, coming up on the CW11 Morning News. Ever wanted to stay at Shaq's place? Well, now you can. Details next in Money Matters.
And dramatic video from the skies. A pilot tries for an emergency landing with just one wheel. Stick around to see how it ends.
Just in time for your breakfast, a story that's definitely going to gross you out, folks. What one woman says she found in her muffin.
And are you bored stiff at work? Then it's time you traded your suit for something more suitable. How to go for your dream job in just a bit.
And it's the pros versus the Joes. See what you can learn from watching Larry Hoff go up against a professional carpenter live at Home Depot.
All right, folks, we are looking outside at a picture of the Verrazano Bridge. The time is 6:14, 61 degrees, a little cloudy, but a high of 73. A nice day. We'll be right back.
Tonight,
Who will be America's next top model?
13 beautiful new girls on a new network.
I don't think I have any bad qualities. I might throw a couple of curveballs in there. I'm not afraid of other people, so all you girls better watch out. I'm taking it to the top.
I have the personality for it, got the look for it, I can do everything for it. America will love me.
America's Next Top Model. Tonight at 8, only on the new CW11.
One trip to Home Center plus 5 projects equals more cargo capacity than Nissan Pathfinder.
The engineers at GMC always make real life part of the equation.
06 closeout plus special deals equals great time to buy.
And now you can factor in great deals on the last of the 06 Envoy models. Before it's too late, qualified lessees get a low mileage lease on an 06 Envoy SLE for around $269 a month. Call for residency restrictions and details. See the pros at your local GMC dealers.
Introducing the play of the day at Subway restaurants. 7 great sandwiches, a different one every day of the week for only $2.99 each for a regular 6-inch sandwich. Leading off, it's the turkey breast and ham sandwich. Batting second, it's meatball marinara. On deck, it's turkey breast. Italian BMT and tuna look great in this lineup. Heading for home, it's the tender barbecue rib sandwich. And batting cleanup, it's chicken parmesan. Come in and try a different sandwich every day of the week. Subway restaurants, play of the day. Only $2.99 each. Subway, eat fresh.
Help your fellow commuters by dialing the CW11 traffic tip line 212-210-AIR11. Brought to you by Geico. You can save 15% or more on your car insurance with Geico.
After the Nazi Holocaust, we said, never again. And after Bosnia. And after Rwanda. This week, world leaders gathering at the UN can stop the genocide in Darfur and tell the world that never again starts right now. To send a message to world leaders, go to savedarfur.org.
It seems that no matter where we go or what we do, we always take my Land Rover LR3. Like when my daughter had to transport her ambitious yet prize-winning science project, it was, let's take mine. When the wife's 6 extra-tall relatives made a surprise visit, I took them to her sisters. In mine. Took mine. Took mine. When we went on a supposedly sun-filled vacation, we just had to take mine. And when the clouds finally parted, I'm glad we had mine.
Always be glad you took yours. The LR3 by Land Rover. Designed for the extraordinary. Nicely equipped at $4.99 a month.
They're taking a walk on the wild side.
Who put that bar there?
It's the all-new, heartwarming adventure, Disney's The Wild. Own it on DVD today.
Welcome back to Time 6:17.
And time to get a look at your morning traffic with Jill Nicolini.
Good morning, everyone. Live this morning down here in PIX Plaza. We'll take a look at the Belt Parkway. At this time, eastbound if you're traveling, do have an accident blocking one lane at Pennsylvania Avenue. And you can see here westbound, though, at JFK Airport, everything is running smoothly. No delays, no added volume yet. That'll all change a little bit later. All right, making your way down now to the BQE. Here's some travel times if you're traveling northbound from the Gowanus into the Grand Central. It's going to take you about 16 minutes, and of course, that's if you're there right now. So get up out that door quickly as possible. And if you're traveling in the opposite direction, southbound looks like got a 10-minute wait now. Alternate sides are in effect today citywide. I'll be back in a few minutes to check on your commute and, of course, tell you more about the gridlock here in Manhattan. Back to the studio, Craig and Tiffany.
All right, Jill, thank you very much. Yahoo looking for a little presidential help with its video offerings. Vice presidential, that is.
Jeannie Yerman is live at the Stock Exchange with the story in today's Money Matters. Good morning, Jeannie.
Hey, good morning, Tiffany. Good morning, Craig. Right, a new internet channel coming your way. I'll get to that in just a second. But before I get to that, Tuesday's stocks were down yesterday. This because of a sour report from Yahoo about its third quarter, and also kind of down news about the housing market, new home sales hitting a 3-year low. So turning to the numbers, the Dow was down 14 points on the day to close at 11,540. The NASDAQ, meantime, slipping 13 points to 2222. Well, Yahoo is teaming up with Al Gore's media company, Current TV, in an online programming venture. Yahoo will launch a new service combining professional and user-generated video clips to take advantage of the hot internet trend known as viral videos. Those are videos that spread through the internet just by being shared amongst different online users. Current TV's editors will weed out offensive videos or those with copyrighted material. In other news, basketball star Shaquille O'Neal hopes to shoot and score with his next venture. The Miami Heat Center started the O'Neal Group, a real estate company that invests in projects including a hotel and retail complex in Miami called the Met. This billion-dollar development project will include 100 residential units, a hotel, and a Whole Foods market. That's the latest in business news. Craig and Tiffany, back to you.
All right, Jeannie, thank you. Ahead on the CW11 Morning News, Tickle Me Elmo goes extreme. See why kids will love it and parents will scream.
And Johnny Damon and the Bronx Bombers flash some leather in Toronto. See if his incredible grab can narrow the gap with the Red Sox. Next, it's Sports Stuff.
And it is high-flying drama on the big screen. We'll tell you how they filmed these incredible action scenes for the new movie Flyboys.
And looking outside, a picture of 42nd and 2nd. Going up to 73 degrees, 61 degrees currently. We'll be right back.
Dear JetBlue, some friends and I were going out to New York. The thing that I remember the most about the trip was the actual flight. I was feeling a little nauseous. I couldn't sleep. The stewardess was so nice. She told me a story that put me at ease and helped me to get to sleep. By the time I woke up, we were in New York. Thanks a lot, JetBlue, and whoever that stewardess was. Sincerely, Brad Lampkin, Orlando, Florida.
Save at our most exciting event of the season. Come to Home Goods Fall Redecorating Event, where you can redesign, recreate, or redo any room in any style you can imagine. Make your home look better than ever for less than you've ever dreamed. So hurry to Home Goods Fall Redecorating Event going on now. Live the life without paying the price. Only at Home Goods.
Get a Chevy Trailblazer with 1 year of OnStar, available XM satellite radio, and sunroof. Let the sun in and let the music out. Chevy Trailblazer. Qualified lessees can get a 39-month low-mileage lease on an 06 Chevy Trailblazer LS 4x4 for around $300 a month. Residency restrictions apply. Call for details.
You're watching the CW11 Morning News.
Shoot me.
No, I can't.
Do it! Very good.
But how do you do it?
Magic.
From the director of Batman Begins, a friendship that became a rivalry.
A real magician invents something new.
I suppose you have such a trick.
That's your thing.
What happened?
It was the greatest magic trick I've ever seen.
A rivalry that became a battle.
He has no trick. It's real.
Now, with every twist, a new secret is revealed.
How does he do it?
With every turn,
come on,
another life hangs in the balance. And nothing can prepare you for what you can't see coming.
He can do what magicians pretend to do.
Hugh Jackman, Christian Bale, Michael Caine, Scarlett Johansson.
No more secrets.
Secrets of my life.
The Prestige, directed by Christopher Nolan, starts October 20th, rated PG-13.
Welcome back, everybody. You are looking at a shot of the George Washington Bridge. Looks like traffic is moving along fine just there. It is 61 degrees, a high of 73 today. A very nice day. In today's Fit for Life, a busy road near your home could be bad for your health. A new study says that women who regularly breathe in pollution could face a higher risk of dying from a heart attack, stroke, or other cardiopulmonary causes later in life. Experts blame exposure to particles in gasoline and diesel fumes. The study followed nearly 5,000 women living in Germany for 20 years. And another new study finds many high school students are not as active in gym class as they should be. Cornell University researchers found the average student is active for only 16 minutes. Experts say phys ed classes should be at least about 45 minutes, leaving plenty of time for exercise, but many schools fall short of that goal.
All right, sports stuff this morning. A day after the Mets clinched, all the regulars got a day off against the Marlins. That means the rookies and non-starters got to have a little fun. Down 2-0 in the third, rookie Anderson Hernandez, that's his first major league homer. And we're tied at 2 in the eighth. Michael Tucker with an RBI. Mets win 3-2, while Jose Reyes and Carlos Delgado enjoyed their night off. Meanwhile, the Yanks can clinch the AL East with a win tonight, but they're facing another controversy. According to a Sports Illustrated article, Jason Giambi told Joe Torre to stop coddling A-Rod. Giambi says it's not true. In the meantime, Yanks in Toronto, bases loaded in the sixth for the Jays. Russ Adams crushes one, but Johnny Damon is there to make the grab. He saves at least 2 runs. Still tied in the seventh, Bobby Abreu with his fourth homer as the Yank off the wall with a 5-3 lead. Matsui adds a homer as the Yanks win 6-3, and the magic number is 1. And the Twins in Boston trying to pad their wild card lead. Minnesota scored 4 in the second. Jason Bartlett with a 3-run dinger off Tim Wakefield. Torrey Hunter added a solo shot in the third. Twins win 7-3 and are 4.5 up on Chicago for the wild card. And that's sports stuff.
All right, gentlemen, it's a game of speed and precision. So check it out. Get it all ready to go. Easy on me, Tiger. Come on, you're my teammate. Here we go. We're going to look good.
Good morning. You're watching CW11 Morning News. Hi, Jill.
With all the awards we've received here at Kia, we didn't just want to have a model year-end sales event, we wanted to have an award-winning sales event. With award-winning deals on award-winning models, like the fuel-efficient Sportage, the safety-rated Sedona, and the rugged Sorrento. All backed with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty that gives you an award-winning smile. So bring your award-winning personality down to Kia's award-winning sales event before October 2nd and get up to $4,000 cash back today on 2006 award-winning models.
Wouldn't it be great if you could get your whites ultra white, wash, after wash, after wash? Well, now you can. Introducing new Clorox Ultimate Care Bleach. It's a whole new kind of bleach that's gentle. So gentle, you can even pour it directly on fabrics. Ultimate Care from Clorox, the new gentle bleach.
If you could travel like this, for the same price as this, why wouldn't you?
It's the same with auto insurance. With discounts up to 40%, it's possible to get the personal service of a State Farm agent for the same or less than those other guys. Call an agent 24/7 or visit statefarm.com.
Help your fellow commuters by dialing the CW11 traffic tip line 212-210-AIR11. Brought to you by Geico. You can save 15% or more on your car insurance with Geico.
Diamonds, the jewelry factory has thousands for every budget. 1-carat solitaires $5.99, 1-carat ISI diamonds $2,900, and exotic D flawless and large fancies at low prices. Buy factory direct and save. The Jewelry Factory in Hackensack.
Nobody can do what Maaco does. Maaco can repaint your entire car fast. In most cases, just a few days. Our economical ambassador paint service is only $229. Make it easy, make it right, make it Maaco.
The Pontiac G6 Series offers more combinations of options and accessories than there are drivers in America. G6 sedan, coupe, or hardtop convertible. Choose a shape, then get to your Pontiac dealer.
Now get a low-mileage lease on a new 2007 G6 sedan for around $199 a month. Call for details. See your local Pontiac dealer today.
Live from New York City, you're watching the CW11 Morning News.
Good morning and welcome back, everybody. The time is 6:28. I'm Tiffany McElroy.
I'm Craig Treadway, and it's time to get a look at your morning commute.
Let's check in with Jill Nicolini down in PIX Plaza.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Let's take a look what's happening on your roadways. To start, we're going to check out the Belt Parkway eastbound. Not looking so good. We have an accident at Pennsylvania Avenue blocking at least one lane, and as you can see, delays are building, indicated by those yellow cars, trucks, and buses. Now, westbound, still no major delays reported as you pass the airport and the Grand Central Parkway right near the LIE. We'll show you what's happening here. Looks like delays are starting to build on the westbound side. And this is right as we approach the LIE back from Jewel Avenue. Once again, definitely getting heavy. You can see the taillights. Alternate sides are in effect today citywide. I'll have morning commute in just a few minutes. In the meantime, we'll head back to the studio.
Hey, Jill, 61 outside right now. Beautiful start to the day, and it's just going to get better and better as the afternoon progresses. We got an abundance of sunshine. The humidity is low. The air is just beautiful. 64 degrees by 9 o'clock this morning. Noontime temperature hits 70 degrees, an abundance of sunshine out there, but the northerly breezes keeps the air temperature from getting too warm, and then by the time you commute home, you're looking at temperatures in the middle 60s, 66 degrees in Manhattan. Details on the 5 days coming up in a few more minutes, but enjoy this afternoon and try to avoid all the gridlock in the city. Not easy. Yeah.
All right, Linda. Well, as you heard in the news at 6:30, President Bush may be headed back to Washington today, but the traffic woes are not over. The United Nations General Assembly is still in session, and more protests are expected. Patricia Del Rio live at the UN to tell us about the roadblocks to your commute. Patricia.
Morning, Craig. Well, unless you've been living under a rock this week, you are aware of the fact that, yes, the president is in town, the UN is in session. The good news is that the president is expected to leave by midday today, but that still doesn't mean there won't be traffic problems. There will still be quite a lot of street closures, at least through the end of this week. If you've driven around Midtown or the East Side this week, you've probably been caught in terrible traffic. The UN General Assembly is in session, and with that comes roadblocks, street closures, and a gridlock nightmare. Security is extremely tight, especially with the president in town.
We have no objection to Iran's pursuit of a truly peaceful nuclear power program.
The president spoke at the UN yesterday and made very clear his concerns about Iran wanting to build a nuclear bomb. Hours later, after Mr. Bush had left the UN, the president of Iran spoke and defended its uranium enrichment program, claiming they only want it for nuclear energy.
All our nuclear activities are transparent, peaceful, and under the watchful eyes of the IAEA inspectors.
Meantime, as the nuclear weapons debate heats up, anti-war protesters marched near the UN, clogging sidewalks. More protesters today are expected to cause further problems, and even though the president leaves town midday, the UN General Assembly continues, and so do the street closures. This includes 1st Avenue from 42nd Street to 48th Street, 44th, 45th, and 46th Streets from 1st Avenue to 2nd Avenues, 49th Street from 3rd Avenue to Lexington Avenue. 42nd Street from the FDR Drive to 2nd Avenue will be closed to traffic. And beginning at 10 a.m. today, the FDR Drive will be closed on the southbound side at 63rd Street and on the northbound side at South Ferry. So we know of at least 2 planned protests that take place today. One of them involves a group of Holocaust survivors because, of course, the president of Iran is still here and he has denied that the Holocaust ever occurred. So you are going to be having that protest among others. So a lot of this is going to clog the streets. Keep that in mind when you're leaving this morning. I'm live outside the UN. Patricia Del Rio for the CW11 Morning News. Tiffany, back to you.
All right, Patricia, thank you. Well, he allegedly stranded his victims while they were inside the bank and robbed them when they got out. Now, a Queens man is behind bars. Cops say Jose Echevarria watched his victims withdraw money in the Five Towns area. He then allegedly slashed their tires. When the victims returned to their cars, Echevarria would offer help, then rob them. Cops say he made off with as much as $14,000 in one robbery.
Longer waits along with more crowded buses and subways could be the norm come next year. The MTA is proposing service cuts to help with a budget crunch. Our Julie Chang is live in Jackson Heights, Queens, with reaction from angry commuters. Julie.
Good morning, Craig. Good morning, everyone. For so many commuters, including those here in Jackson Heights, Queens, the proposed service cuts are a lose-lose-lose situation because it could lead to longer lines, bigger crowds, and higher fares. The MTA is considering a service cut worth about $20 million. For commuters, that would mean overcrowded rides and longer waits for buses and subways. You find yourself waiting more now?
Yeah, I have to wait half an hour, especially during the weekends. Saturday and Sunday is getting worse and worse.
The service cuts would keep you waiting for up to 5 minutes longer during off-peak hours. And during the late evening hours, trains would only run every 10 to 20 minutes. Do you wish the trains would come more often late at night, and why?
Because of safety, because of we have to rush to go home after I finish the work.
While the MTA bolstered a surplus for the past 2 years, by 2008 it could face a deficit of $1 billion. So now MTA officials are eager to cut down services, and in addition, they're contemplating a 5% fare hike by next September. So coming to a stop near you, perhaps more riders, less trains, and higher fares.
They're paying more for less, you know.
The riders.
The riders, yeah.
And this is a real catch-22 for commuters because MTA officials say it's either suffer now or suffer even harder later. They say if they don't impose the service cuts in 2007, then commuters could face sharper cuts in 2008. Meanwhile, I spoke to a woman this morning who spoke limited English. However, she was able to convey her frustration to me. She says every morning she waits for the Q53 bus for at least 30 minutes. And when I told her about the fact that there may be a possible fare hike, she says she simply feels helpless because she has no other way of getting around. We're live in Queens. I'm Julie Chang for the Morning News. Craig will send it back to you.
All right, Julie, thank you. After 5 agonizing days, a Missouri mother is finally reunited with her kidnapped 11-day-old baby. Officials say little Abigail Lynn Woods is in good health at a local hospital. Cops caught up with the alleged kidnapper, Shannon Beck, after her sister-in-law called him. They say she recognized a small birthmark on the baby's forehead from news reports of the abduction. And he was once the lead suspect in the death of Jean-Benet Ramsey. Now, John Mark Carr could avoid prison time on child porn charges in California. Carr has been offered a plea deal which would give him only probation. Prosecutors will waive 3 of the 5 charges against Carr. If he pleads guilty to the other 2, he would also have to register as a sex offender. Bail is set at $200,000.
Well, just minutes ago, NASA ordered the crew of the shuttle Atlantis to go ahead with a second scan of its heat shield tiles. Now, this mysterious object was spotted floating near the ship yesterday. Now, it could be something that shook loose after a thruster's test firing. The crew already inspected the tiles once this morning with a regular camera. Now they're using a laser scanner just to make sure. Now, if it does get the green light, Atlantis will return home tomorrow morning, and you can catch it live right here on the CW11 Morning News. And some tense moments during a landing in Florida. Watch as this Cessna touches down with only one wheel. It happened at Opa-locka Airport. The plane's gear was bent, so the pilot landed on its belly. He and his passenger walked away unharmed.
A local woman may sue a popular supermarket after discovering a sickening surprise in her morning muffin. Laura Kunkel says she found a used Band-Aid inside her blueberry muffin. Kunkel says she bought it at the Fairway Market in Harlem.
Inside, I saw what I thought looked like a finger to me, a fingertip, and I got nervous. I just started spitting up and throwing up my food, and then come to find out it was a used Band-Aid.
In a statement on the incident, the company said, "We conducted a thorough examination of all bakery staff to ensure that each followed our strict policy of covering any wounds or bruises with protective gloves prior to handling any foodstuff. No employee was found to have violated this policy or, for that matter, any wounds."
Yuck.
Gross.
Well, something cuter. 10 years ago, it was the hottest toy on the market, and now there's a new Tickle Me Elmo doll. And if you... Craig is really good at this. And if you think the last one was funny, you ain't seen nothing yet.
I gotta use the bathroom. Yes.
That's awesome. It is called the Elmo TMX, and he's a modern marvel of merriment. If you tickle him, he slaps his knee, falls on his rear, and then stands and says, "That tickles." Say it, Craig. That tickles. Do it again, and he'll fall down and kick his feet. Once more, and he'll roll over and slap his hands, cackling like crazy. He goes for $40 a pop, and like the first one, this guy is sure to be a hit. The Times Square Toys R Us sold out of him in just a few hours, of course. That is so funny. Craig, you're really good at that.
Another run on Elmo.
Those kids just love that Elmo.
Yeah, they
Well, Elmo is great. How can you not?
I love him too.
Terrific
He's been here before.
He has. He has. And in the meantime, guys, fall's right around the corner. So how about some fall fixer-uppers? What I need, Larry Hoff to help out. Hey, Larry.
And welcome back. By the way, folks, I got to tell you, we do all these competitions out here. I want you to know, Linda can beat us in all of these. Come on, here we go. Hey, here's my pal. This way. We got the pros versus the Joes, the average guys out here. Joe Klecko.
Whip their butts.
Okay, listen. Oh, boy. I bet we should have given him a microphone. Hey, we're ready to go. 45 seconds. Average Joes, we'll see how we do it. We're putting together a toolkit. Winner gets what, Joe?
Well, $50 gets here at Home Depot.
Ah, not bad. All right. On your mark. Get set. Go. Okay. Pound it in. We got nails. Get that. Make sure they're lined up. Get your finger out of the way, Joe. Joe, it's already moving.
No, I'm good. It's good. Hit it. We're here to promote the Home Depot Business Reward MasterCard. So everybody come out for the challenge.
Look at that. You know what we can do? We can promote it at the same time. I just hit myself. Dave, don't scream so loud.
Come on.
There we go. How we going? Good. Joe's, how are they doing? Now, we had to put the nails in. Linda, you know that. Okay, come on easy, buddy. I'm style. I'm style over muscle. Come on, man. 15 seconds. Hey, we're not doing too bad. We got to put this on. Hey, we're looking okay here, Joe. Joe, let's see how we're doing it. Get it down. I think we got him. Get that ready, Joe?
Rock it.
Bam, bam, bam. Bam, bam, bam. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, bam, bam. I'm sorry. I'm good up the average Joe's win, but we sure in. Joe.
Partners.
Hey, hand me that $50. By the way,
together, together.
Oh, wait a second, Linda, come on in here.
Oh, I missed it. Okay.
We did have some trouble here. It looked good on air for a second. Hey, you know what I'm talking about? Joe and I did. Gang, we're the winners here. Here's what we're all about, Linda. I got to say this. Come on out here. 50th Street. Northern Boulevard here in Long Island City. It's the Do-Yourself All-Star Challenge at 11:30. Average Joe's against the Stars. I'm running out of breath here. It was so dramatic.
Home Depot Business Reward MasterCard. It's the challenge. Come out here and get it.
He's selling. I'm telling you, log on. CW11.com for more information.
I totally bought into you being a super stud there for a second, and then you showed it on close-up, and I was
got to be honest. You know, that's what we're all about here. Integrity on the CW.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, well.
It was close. It was really close. Let's head outside. Got a beautiful day ahead for you weather-wise. Bringing you up to date. 61 right now, and later on this afternoon we are topping out at 73. The weather could really not be better. It's absolutely gorgeous out there. Right now we've got partly cloudy skies at 61, 72% the relative humidity. North wind 8 miles per hour. Visibility is incredible. The humidity is low. The sun is out. Temperatures this morning low to mid-50s at this point. We have seen some upper 40s. There you go, Poughkeepsie, 49 degrees. It's a little chilly out there, and then east of the city, a little bit warmer. Water temperatures still right now in the low 70s at this point, so the air temperature is a little bit warmer. Those are the showers from yesterday. They are gone. This is a large, strong, high-pressure system which is building in, also bringing with it these northerly breezes, and the northerly breezes keeps the relative humidity from getting too high, and it also brings down some cooler air. So our afternoon high temperatures today running pretty close to normal, actually, the low 70s. Tomorrow, just the upper 60s. Here's how it plays out with those temperatures. By the noontime hour, we are looking at generally just the 60s across the area, with maybe some spotty 70s in central and southern New Jersey, trying to get to the 70-degree mark this afternoon. And then overnight tonight, 50s for the most part, with some 40s north and west. Mostly sunny, beautiful day today, 73 degrees. Breezy, chilly. It's a nice day. Fall's not that far off, and it certainly feels as if it's pretty close. On Thursday, we're at 70 degrees. On Friday, we're at 71. And then what do you know? The last weekend of summer Yep, because it's the 23rd is when it actually arrives. 1, 2, 3. Yep, there you go. Last weekend of summer, Jill. It still looks good. 77 and sunshine.
Yeah, nice. It's definitely getting a little bit chilly out here, though, I must say. But I'm liking it. It's the fall. Can't wait to smell the fireplaces and see the leaves change. Okay, on over to the roadways. Let's see what's shaping up. Grand Central Parkway right now, if you're traveling there westbound, we had some earlier delays. It was very heavy from Jewel Avenue into the LIE. That's not the FDR Drive. Not yet. All right, westbound though right now is looking a little better. Those delays eased out. How about the southbound Springbrook Parkway near Jackson Avenue? Well, right there we have a disabled vehicle, and that's blocking one lane. And no major delays reported, but use caution. Here's the FDR Drive now, and we do have some delays starting to build in the 40s. Maybe not right at this camera shot, but a little bit further up. And you're going to expect delays all morning long. Once again, President's still in town, United Nations in session, and therefore we're expecting lots of closures here on 1st and 2nd Avenue as well. Patricia Del Rio, of course, will keep you posted with more information on that. And alternate sides, they're in effect today citywide. I'll be back in just a bit. Now let's head back to the studio.
All right, Jill, thank you. Coming up next on the CW11 Morning News, Tara Reid wants to scare you on Halloween, but you won't see her new movie on the big screen, where you can catch it in Money Matters.
Plus, from the coffee house to the courtroom, one Friends cast member is getting ready to represent himself in front of a judge. Find out who in entertainment news.
And he's flying World War I fighter planes in his new movie. As Spider-Man star James Franco talks about his exciting new movie. It is all still ahead on the CW11 Morning News.
It's the hardest thing with good old days may not return, and the rocks might melt.
Andy's getting ready for the big game.
Are you ready for some football?
Next, according to Jim.
Tonight at 6:30, only on the new CW11. It's one of the hottest beauty products on the market.
It was really amazing.
But it comes with a warning some people hope you'll ignore, and the company says isn't a threat. Is this curling iron a potential danger to you and your kids? Peter Thorne straightens out the issue. Tonight on the CW11 News at 10.
We're at 37%.
Just a minute, Tom. I'm downloading.
Bill, I got a problem with something.
What?
Waiting.
Oh, can't keep my accountant waiting.
It's not me. It's you waiting for dial-up.
Now we're at 39%.
Listen, I got business DSL from Verizon. You got to get up to speed.
What's a few extra minutes?
We just froze.
Those minutes add up.
Yeah, but you can't beat the price, though.
Verizon is close to what you pay now, and you get more.
Verizon Business DSL cuts downloads to seconds. There's no wasted time dialing up. You get 24/7 tech support and a great low price. Call 1-877-895-2DSL.
Can we call for help?
Not when we're online.
I can use the phone and work online at the same time with DSL.
Get Verizon Business DSL and a great offer, too. Call 1-877-895-2DSL. 52%.
All right, we'll change. We'll do it.
It's about time.
Glad I thought of that, huh?
Yeah.
You're watching the CW11 Morning News.
Get a Chevy Trailblazer with 1 year of OnStar, available XM satellite radio, and sunroof. Let the sun in and let the music out. Chevy Trailblazer. Qualified lessees can get a 39-month low-mileage lease on an 06 Chevy Trailblazer LS 4x4 for around $300 a month. Residency restrictions apply. Call for details.
TJ Maxx. I never miss the TJ Maxx designer event. I never leave empty-handed. Talk about value? TJ Maxx.
Hurry into the TJ Maxx designer event this Thursday. There's a huge selection of designer fashions that would cost you twice as much anywhere else. Like $175 jackets for only $70. And $75 sweaters for just $30.
Talk about value? The TJ Maxx designer event.
Don't miss it.
Live picture of Times Square going up to 73 degrees, 61 degrees currently.
6:47 right now, folks. And let's take a look at what we're working on for the next hour.
Here's John Muller and Sukanya Krishnan live at the news desk. Good morning.
Morning, guys. All right, you remember the terror last Thanksgiving? Well, a lamppost crashed to the ground when that M&M balloon got tangled. Find out what's being done to keep parade goers safe this year.
And she's the sexy star in paradise. Zoe Saldana is here live with a look at her new thriller, Haven.
Plus, do your laundry from your cell phone. Kurt the Cyber Guy shows us how this wireless wash works. Back to Tiffany and Craig.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah, I want to see how that works, too. All right, first there was direct-to-video movies, then direct-to-DVD. Now AOL is taking movies into the 21st century.
Jeannie Ehrman is live at the Stock Exchange with that story in today's Money Matters. Good morning, Jeannie.
Hey, good morning, Tiffany. Good morning, Craig. That's right. If you want to be scared, you might turn to your computer instead of a movie screen. I'll get to that in a second. Stocks in yesterday's session were under pressure. This because of a financial warning from Yahoo and also a weak report on new home sales. So turning to the numbers, the Dow lost 14 points on the day to close at 11,540. The NASDAQ, meantime, slipping 13 points to 2222. Well, AOL is expected to announce today that a new thriller called Incubus, starring Tara Reid, will premiere on its teen channel AOL Red on Halloween. The film's producer decided to debut the film in the still unproven direct-to-download format after being unable to find an attractive deal with theaters. DVDs will go on sale 1 month after this film debuts online. That's the latest in business news. Craig and Tiffany, back to you.
Thanks so much, Jeannie.
All right, entertainment news now.
Emily Francis.
Thanks, guys. All right, it's one of the most important roles yet. Former Friends star Matt LeBlanc is heading to divorce court and representing himself. Published reports say that he believes he could win the battle without a high-powered attorney. He believes the trial will be quick for 2 reasons. One is that he and his estranged wife, Melissa, signed a prenup, and they already have agreed on joint custody of their 2-year-old daughter. James Franco is going back in time and heading to the skies. The Spider-Man star is flying his own planes in the new World War I movie Flyboys, and I sat down with him to talk about the adrenaline rush of doing his own stunts.
We had no idea what to expect. We were a bunch of Americans with nothing in common, except we wanted to learn to fly.
Before the film, I went and got my pilot's license, so I was pretty used to flying at that point.
Right, rudder! There's something wrong with the gun! And I know I can fly it, and I know I can shoot. Yeah, you just can't do them at the same time!
The planes of that time had canvas wings and, you know, just rickety little boxes. And we did a number of different things to capture the battle scenes, but part of it was live, or was real. So we went up with pilots and they'd film our reactions, and we'd go through all the maneuvers that are in the film.
A lot of action in this movie. It opens on a Friday, and coming up the next hour, Eminem going back to divorce court, the latest on the saga with his wife.
All right, Em, thank you. When we come back, it's your dream come true.
Have you ever dreamed of swimming with dolphins and scuba diving on the ocean floor? It's within your reach, and you can get paid for it. We'll tell you how to land a dream job next.
That looked like a shark.
Yeah.
But first, the winning lotto numbers.
Don't let a fortune slip through your fingers. Play Fabulous Fortune, the new instant game from the New York Lottery, with 15 chances to win up to $2 million.
That's got to be worth at least $2.
$2 million. Fabulous Fortune. Hey, you never know.
Ready for fall? Then call LA Weight Loss.
This is me now after LA Weight Loss helped me lose 70 pounds. The first 10 days, I lost 7 pounds. I lost 13 pounds. And I thought, wow, I can do this.
Doing the LA Weight Loss program, I'm now a size 4.
LA Weight Loss changed my life, and it can change yours.
Pick up the phone and call. 35 weeks, 98 pounds, you can do it.
LA Weight Loss Centers. Call for your free consultation. 1-800-526-SLIM.
Help your fellow commuters by dialing the CW11 traffic tip line 212-210-AIR11. Brought to you by Geico. You can save 15% or more on your car insurance with Geico.
After the Nazi Holocaust, we said, never again. And after Bosnia, and after Rwanda, this week, world leaders gathering at the UN can stop the genocide in Darfur and tell the world that never again starts right now. To send a message to world leaders, go to savedarfur.org.
Marshall's Law of Fall Fashion. Number 132. Put your foot down on high heel prices. Number 43. It's not just who you're wearing, it's what you paid for who you're wearing. Right now, get the same fabulous designer and brand names you see in those fashion magazines for up to half off department store prices. So why pay more? Number 67. Fill up your closet without emptying your purse. That's Marshall's Law.
All right, how would you like to get paid to act on your instincts, be adventurous, and do what you love? Well, it's possible to find your passion and follow it. In fact, Men's Journal talked to several people who landed their dream jobs. Joel Weber's here to share the secret of their success. Good morning, Joel.
Yeah, good morning.
Let's start with marine biologist. Now, I've always wondered, what kind of background do you actually need?
One in science, for sure, and specifically, it helps to be in biology. But really, as you kind of go up the ladder with this one, you're going to have to specialize in like a PhD of marine biology.
How do you land a gig like that, first of all?
You just keep going through school, pretty much, and you hope that you end up being tenured, because then you can pretty much go anywhere in the world that you want to go and study fish and other aquatic.
Yeah, it's really a research position.
It's
It
very
kind
much
of
a
starts in
research.
school, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, what's the earning potential there?
Up past 100,000 if you get that PhD and you get a tenure, and then you're kind of locked in for as long as you can handle it.
All right, next up, gear designer. What exactly is that?
It's a product design focused job. So it could be everything from shoes to bicycles, but you're basically designing product that people use.
You're basically brainstorming most of the time,
A lot of the times, yeah. It's very much of a creative job. It's very much do-it-yourself, but that it comes down to the product.
So obviously a do-it-yourself or a self-starter is going to like this job. How much can you make?
It could go up, again, past 100,000, depending on what kind of thing. I break it down as you make money with shoes, probably not so much with bicycles.
All right, next up, environmental officer. Now, we're not talking about a Barney Fife job. This actually entails a lot of responsibility.
And this is very much of a new kind of frontier in jobs. And what we're seeing are people and companies that want to kind of combine their job with an environmental side. So looking for green materials, looking to integrate alternative energy sources into their corporation.
Okay, and how much money can you make there?
Because it's so new, it's kind of almost up in the air still. It could be anywhere from $40,000 and $50,000 up past $100,000. Yeah.
But it is the job for somebody really concerned about the environment.
Definitely.
Okay, all right. Next, wine and tea buyer. What's this
is kind of a fun one. You basically have to have a great palate, and you're going to be basically in charge of creating either a tea or